There we are.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, reverends are muted.
Oh, yes, they are.
Uh-oh. I can't unmute them.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you guys. You're muted.
Yes.
I can't unmute. There, that's better.
You are.
We'll do it again.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're going to give this gong a chance to express itself. Good morning, Larkin Center, especially in North Metro. I'm Dr. Tuffy.
I'm wrapping down.
I'm Greg Fossen. I'm doing the broadcast today.
And I'm Robin Hackett, your guest musician.
Yes, you are. So let's get started with an invocation. If you would join me by closing your eyes, relaxing right where you are, and recognizing that there's only one, and there's always only been one perfect expression of life, for it is life itself. It goes by many names, but I call it God. God within me, God within all who are joining us today, God within all life. God is the animate and the inanimate. God is trust. God is feelings. God is perfect. God is whole. God is complete. Our lives are perfect, whole, and complete. I claim that through the power of my word, knowing that this service unfolds in all its glory and splendor. Everyone receives exactly what they came to receive and can express exactly what they need to express. For this, I'm eternally grateful. Grateful for my life, for our life, for all life. Knowing that the word is complete, I let go, I let God, and together we say,
And so it is.
Thanks.
So here we go. We got Robin Hackett. It's all yours.
Spirit and I are one. 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 We are holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Spirit and I are one. 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 So holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. So holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Spirit and I are one. 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 We are holy, holy, holy. 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 We are light, light. We are light. We are light.
Oh, wow.
That's so beautiful.
That's the way to kick off a service. I tell you, that took me to Never Neverland.
That's,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yes.
We'll be back to you shortly.
Okay.
Okay.
The mission for the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro is to create an open, accepting learning environment that recognizes and embraces diversity, peaceful resolution to conflict in personal and community relationships, and help make the world a better place.
So,
And so it is. So like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. And go check out our website at cslnorthmetro.org. You can go to contact us, add yourself to the email list. You can request prayers and we'll pray on it all week. And Reverend Michael's blogs are out there, all kinds of them. And he usually gives me a new one to put up every week or month. Sorry, I almost made you really have to work. And today's title is Revisit and Get With It. And you already met our wonderful, inspirational music guest artist this week, and Robin Hackett. And the reading is from Out of the Blue. That's backwards for me. The Light Comes Into Our Lives. From Mark Victor Townsend and Barbara Nichols with Patty Henson. So you're in for a treat, I think.
yes. So, Greg, you're doing the affirmations today.
Yep, I'll be doing the affirmations.
Ernestine's camping.
Oh, she's camping,
Yeah.
huh? Okay. Well, I'm happy to sit in for her and do the affirmations. Affirmations for the week of August 13th, 2023, written by Stephen Anthony. Please repeat after me. I respond to all situations from a place of love within.
I
Respond to all situations
from a
place of love within.
Each moment is a moment of awakening to the highest expression.
Each moment is a moment of awakening to my highest expression.
I live life full of everlasting gratitude.
I live life full of everlasting gratitude.
The Spirit of the Divine blesses every aspect of my being.
The Spirit of the Divine blesses every aspect of my being.
I am open right now to universal greatness, living as me.
I am open right now to universal greatness, living as me.
The Word of God speaks through my voice and belief.
The Word of God speaks through my voice and belief.
And together we say,
And so,
so it is. Now I'll do the reading for the week. The reading today is Out of the Blue, Delight Comes Into Our Lives by Mark Victor Hansen and Barbara Nichols with Patty Hansen. Taking delight in who you are and what you have is the secret of personal power, satisfaction, and high energy living. Delight connects you with the beauty and power of the universe, with your higher power, with divinity. Delight makes feeling and expressing the joy of life, rejoicing in the beauty and richness of being. Delight is a powerful liberating force that frees your creativity, talents, abilities, and capacities. Delight anchors you in the eternal now. Sorry, lost my place here. Delight anchors you in the eternal now and lets you see the best of it. Delight inspires hope. Delight feeds the heart and nurtures the soul. Delight brings zest into your life. Delight makes you receptive and confident. Delight is contagious. It is the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to others. The path of delight is there. It has always been there, waiting for you. And together we say, and
so
it is.
Thank you so much.
That was delightful.
That was delightful.
All right. We got Robin Hackett come back.
Suspend all disbelief and just dream. And you might be surprised what you will see. 'Cause anything is possible, yes. Everything's right here. Anything is possible. It's perfect and it's clear. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You hold your destiny in your hand. It's time you realize and take a stand. 'Cause anything is possible, yes. Everything's right here. Anything is possible. It's perfect and it's clear. If you just believe. If you just believe, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So hold a vision in your heart. 'Cause there's no better place for you to start. Anything is possible, yes. Everything's right here. Anything is possible. It's perfect and it's clear. If you just believe. If you just believe, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Share your light, share your passion, even through the darkest night. Oh, 'cause anything is possible. 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 Whoa, whoa. If you just believe, oh, if you just believe, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Oh, if you just believe, pray and receive. Remember who you are. Believe.
Everything is possible. Wow.
Yeah.
That says it all. And
It does. I forget though. I forget every once in a while.
Yeah, that's only human. We all fall in that trap occasionally.
Yes.
But we know the truth about ourselves and others, and that's all that really matters.
Yes. Yes.
So we're going to do our thing, and we'll see you back for your thing in a little bit.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. That was great.
That was good.
I love her voice and her energy. She's just magnificent. You know, this teaching has lots of gifts to give, principles we can practice, ideas that we can think about and see if they fit for us. We're a free-thinking, perfect expression of what I believe spirituality is, because it allows everybody to discover their spirituality, what God means to them, and it gives certain principles that we can practice to get to that place. One of the things that we don't encourage is to live outside the moment, to go back and rehash things over and over again to exactly you're experiencing exactly what happened, only it's 10, 20 years later. And that really is an important thing to remember, that you don't have to stay in and live in those memories that haunt you. Some people like to anchor it, and that's okay, but if you want to move on in life, don't anchor it. But there are times when you're called to revisit something, some situation that happened to you, that you made a decision that you weren't ever going to forget that, because it had something that you learned spiritually. You may have grown from it or whatever. But again, we don't want to get hung on that, because some people take a good thing and they just stay in it. They just keep it. That was the one good thing in my life. I'll never get anything as good as that, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to talk about the positive revisiting, because I'm going to revisit an old love affair I had. It ain't the kind of love affair you're thinking of. It's a love affair with the land. Sedona, I've talked about Sedona and the experiences I had with this. But this is something that happened 14 years after Sedona. So let me recap you. Sedona is a place of 9 different vortexes. And I went there. I used to go there once a year for 10, 12, 14 days and just take in the vortexes and actually experience them. And it was quite profound, changed my life. After the first visit that year, I came back and I lost everything. And I had been told that by this land, because the land didn't speak to me. And I don't mean like, hello, Michael, what are you doing? I mean, I hear something like, go to this place, bend down, dig a hole in a certain place, and I do it, and I get a crystal. It happened constantly. So I went there every year. Oh, so the first year, I lost, when I went back, I lost everything. Got a divorce, lost my dog, lost my job, was going in debt. Everything seemed like it was the worst thing that could ever happen. And it turned out it was the best thing that ever happened, because I was called to release everything, to release my past, to release everything that was in my life of material value. And I did that, not by my own choice, but I did it, and I embraced it. So, like I said, every year I go back there. And the 9th year, I was very clear that I had completed. The land had taught me everything I needed to teach, and I had to say goodbye. I didn't have to. I was called to. Again, the land talking to me. So what I did is each of those 9 places, I went back and visited them and did a ceremony, blessed them somehow, and thanked them for the gifts they gave to me. And it was quite moving. Each different place was profound, but the most profound place was this thing called Cathedral Rock. And it's always gives me pleasure to recall Cathedral Rock, because I went to Cathedral Rock and did a lot of meditating and a lot of transformational work. And it's interesting, I ended up becoming a minister. Cathedral Rock minister, get it?
Yeah.
That was like,
Yeah.
Because that land was there to guide me, direct me, and bring me to this point in my life. Anyway, so I said goodbye. Felt really good about it. Fast forward 14 years, and I'm in Fresno, and I'm the senior minister there. And you had your license by then, didn't you? By the time we did this wedding? Anyway, this couple came up and asked me if I'd do the wedding. They were going to get married. And I said, sure. What's the details? We got a place? And, yeah, we're going to go to Sedona. And I thought, Sedona? Why am I being called back to Sedona? I said my goodbyes. What more could it possibly give me? And I had different feelings about it, because those goodbyes were life moving. They were transformational. And I didn't know if I wanted to go back and get in that energy again, because I was flying high on my own energy. I had a ministry, I was loving doing what I was doing. So I had mixed feelings, but they were members of my spiritual center, so I couldn't say no. So I said yes. So we go there, and they relied on me to pick the place where we're going to have the ceremony. So I knew the place exactly. It was at the bottom of the Cathedral Rock. The Cathedral Rock, you had to hike quite a ways up to get to it was like two pillars and a curved bottom. So this was going to be the background for their wedding. And it felt profound, but I still wasn't feeling anything from the land. Because when I would go there once a year, I'd feel this wonderful energy. It would lift me out of anything that I might have been going through. So I wasn't feeling anything. I was feeling something from the couple because they were getting married and it was joyous, but nothing from the land. And so we later had dinner and said our goodbyes to them. We were going to stay an extra day. And I thought, well, I'm going to go up to Cathedral Rock because I gotta feel something. I gotta have that experience that I had before. And then it dawned on me. I'm trying to will this thing. So I was thinking about what am I going to do? What should I go up? Should I go up? And then I recalled this experience Reverend Valerie and I had when I started the trip. It was going to be a 2-legged trip. The first leg was going to be at my mom's because she lived in Palm Desert. We were going to stop and say hello to her, and then we were going to go to Savannah and marry this couple. So I'm thinking, what happened at my mom's that was significant? And then I thought of her dog, Akita. This was this little Chihuahua, one-eyed Chihuahua. And this Chihuahua had strong intentions because when we were eating, it would sit there and stare at you with its one eye. And it was so intense and just stare at you. It knew it was going to get some food. If it got tired of you, it would go to the next person and stare at them with that one eye. And one eye was just piercing you. And eventually somebody would give in and give dog some food thinking it'll go away, but it comes back and one eye's you again. So when I thought of that, I thought, I need to set an intention. Set an intention that everything will go smoothly in Sedona. I'll get the lesson I want because what else would we go there? And so I go through everything I just said. I go through the wedding and go through all the feelings of not feeling connected with the land. And I just didn't know what to do. So in a meditation, I got clear of what was going on with me in that land. There was one lesson that was still left to learn. And it wasn't the land talking to me. It was me talking to myself. Because I remember every year when I leave, I'd complain, or even when I was there, I'd complain about people just going there for people being tourists and not getting the messages that they could receive. I was in so much judgment of these people, judgment of the big hotels and conference places and all this money being spent. And it just bugged me that it was turning into about money and commercialism. And I didn't want that. I wanted everything for its best. As a matter of fact, that year when I came back from doing all the ceremonies, and I went to my car. When I got there, there was garbage all over the place. This place isn't changing. It was good that I left. So in the meditation, it became clear to me that judgment I need to release. How would I release this judgment? I become a tourist. So I talked to Reverend Valerie and I said, I don't want to do any hiking. I think you were okay with that, weren't you?
Okay, so we went hiking a few times, and then I can't even remember. We were doing another wedding, and I went down this place where I shouldn't have, and then I fell, and then I sprained my ankle. And so I ended up sitting on a chair with ice on my foot the whole time we were there. And he said, "I'm never hiking with you again."
That's a whole other story.
I took that very seriously. Because I'm not that kind of hiker.
This was a different wedding, and we did hike in. When we were hiking back, it was just like this straight up and down place, and she was going to go tackle that, and I said, "No, follow me. That's not a safe thing to do. You shouldn't do that." "Well, I'm going to do it. You can't tell me what to do.
I didn't say that. I just said
No, that attitude."
I was going to go my own way.
She fell. I blanked a brick. because I thought she was dead. I thought for sure she couldn't live through this. Fine. And so here we are. We're about a mile and a half away from the place where I was going to do the ceremony. And it's like, will we get there in time? Because she's not moving that fast. And
This is the first time I've ever heard this.
so we getting back to the story. You were kind of happy that we were going to go shopping and restauranting and doing a tourist thing. And we bought those stones that were like elongated egg. Can't remember what they're called. They were special meditation stones. And I just enjoyed the heck out of not having to have a lesson. And I realized that my intention had been set. I resisted it. I tried to make it happen the way I wanted it to happen. But in the long run, the blind dog worked out. My intention worked out. I was able to let go and just enjoy the land in a different way. And know that Sedona will always be okay. If they build too many of these fancy places, the land will take it back eventually, because the earth is an intelligence, and we get to listen to its instructions, its blessings. I certainly was blessed by it, and it's not easy letting go of judgment sometimes. And revisiting them reminds me that I don't have to judge. Mm-hmm. I don't have to hold anybody responsible for making me mad, because that's all me. In this teaching, it is all me. Mm-hmm. Everything.
Weren't we just talking this week about how fast the land recovers when the people leave?
Yeah. How
it just kind of grows over whatever mess we might have made and reforms itself and changes. And wasn't that something maybe we saw on last week on Sunday morning, where the people, was it in Great Britain or somewhere, where they were actually having land that they just let go back to nature, and how the birds had returned, and all the different plants and trees and things had returned, and all they had to do was just leave it alone a little while, and nature just took it over and brought it right back again. So I think for me, it's just kind of, we live our lives and we do our things and we do the things that we think are right, and other people do things that we might be wanting to be judged about, and the earth will take care of itself. Mm-hmm. It will. And I was thinking about the Colorado National Monument when you were talking, because for me that was the place. I don't remember things at all the way that you do, so it's really interesting to hear. It's just fun to hear some things. So I'm going to start with a quote. "We are one, after all, you and I. Together we suffer, together exist, and forever we'll recreate each other." That's by Teilhard de Chardin. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but I just thought that spoke to our title this week, Revisit and Get With It. And I was thinking about the expectations that we have for ourselves, and the regrets we might have because we didn't make those expectations, and maybe I was also thinking about the expectations that others have for us. And so I've been doing some revisiting about what it was like as a child, and I'm a little confused by it, and it's all right. But it seemed like my mother had expectations for me that she didn't have for the other kids. She had, Well, just a couple of things. I remember before I could go to school in the morning, and I walked to school because I don't know, it was a mile or so. And I would help her make all the beds and then help her do the breakfast dishes, and then I'd get to go to school. But I don't remember in all the time I lived at home her having any of the other kids do that. And I remember a time when I was in high school, and I can't remember what the grade was, but it wasn't a bad grade in biology, and I was in advanced classes, and I actually had to work in classes to get grades, and she was really on me because I didn't get the grade I was supposed to get in biology, and I was like, well, why aren't you expecting that of my brothers? And she looked at me and she said, they're not as capable as you. I think back on that now, and I think, I don't know why she had things picked out for me, different from them. But then I think about how sad it was that she didn't have the same expectations of my brothers. And my sister, when she was supposed to do something, she didn't want to do it. She'd just cry and somebody would do it for her.
One-eyed dog.
It really worked. Even my brothers, who wouldn't help me do anything, would go clean her room for her because they didn't want her to get in trouble. So it is kind of like revisiting those things and going, wow, all these different memories and all these different things that happen really do shape who we are. And we can kind of get hung up on that and think we didn't achieve what we were supposed to have, or get stuck in the expectations we either had for ourselves or our parents had for us, or our teachers had for us, or anybody else has for us. And we can spend time in reliving the old things, or time in regret, or time in, well, even time in acknowledging ourselves, as opposed to going, oh yeah, all of those things have brought me to where I am today, and how do I want to go forward today, and not continually revisit the past and think about, oh, well, I fell short on this, or I did this, or I didn't do that, and so I kind of am thinking that I'm going to take this time to, and I know this is what we teach, and sometimes we forget and we need to be reminded, and so I'm reminding me, and maybe that will remind you, to spend our time in the present. So when I get caught thinking about the past, and it's okay to revisit it, but just let's don't get stuck in it. And let's don't think, oh, well, I should have, I could have, because I didn't. I did what I did. I didn't do what I didn't do. The things that haven't happened, and I am who I am. And I am who I am and how I am, probably due to some of those things. And so I'm just thinking, if I start spending more of my time in the present moment, enjoying the present moment, and thinking, oh, I'll enjoy myself when this job is done, or oh, when that job is done, or oh, when I get this thing done, and just take that time to enjoy the present moment. And so thinking back on what we might regret, or even the things we're proud of ourselves for, takes us back into that past place instead of being in that present. And I know that when we think about who we came here to be and how we came here to be, as we learn to live in the present, we can enjoy things more because we're not comparing them to something else. We just can enjoy the day and enjoy the present. And so I was thinking about, are there things that are in our past that maybe we need to forgive ourselves for? Or are there things in our past that maybe we're still holding on to that we need to forgive somebody else for? And because there have been a few difficult people in my life, and some that have treated me, in my view, unfairly. And so if I get stuck on what they did to me or how they treated me, then I'm not living in the present. And so I can remember I had an ex-father-in-law who was just a very difficult person to be around, and he didn't single me out. He was just mean to everyone.
His own grandkids.
His own grandkids, his son. And I remember the moment I realized that I could choose how I feel. We're up in Lake Tahoe, they had a house there, and he was saying something to me, and I can't remember what it was. And I'm thinking to myself, he's really trying to get to me today. And I'm going to choose to just smile and nod. And I could see it really confused him. As I'm watching him as he's doing the thing that he does to just really get under my skin, and it's just not working. And he was so confused by it. And I thought, well, I don't know what brought him to where he was. And we get to choose. We get to, for the most part, be with the people that we want to be with, but we also get to choose our reaction to the people that are behaving in a way that invites us to be something other than positive and kind and loving. And so I so clearly remember the day I made my choice that, yeah, you go ahead and do your thing, but I'm choosing not to participate. And we always have that opportunity to choose when we participate and choose when we don't participate. And when something or someone is coming at us, we have the opportunity to decide, oh yeah, I'm like this and I get to play along, or not today. You do your own thing and you live your own life and you do your thing. And I get to stay in this joyous place, and I get to stay in this place where I'm good with me, and what you think of me or what you want to encourage me to do or be or feel. No, that doesn't have anything to do with me, and that's not my choice, and I'm not choosing that today. So I just think if we take the time to maybe revisit if something comes up and look at it in a new way, or think about what might we still be carrying that might need to be released today. Is there an old thing in the back? Like, I was thinking about that stuff with my mom, and then it's like, why am I even thinking about this? I mean, that was forever ago. And any difficulties or things we might have had, we worked out before she decided she went to her next experience. And so why am I even thinking about this? So when I catch myself trying to live in the past, or blame myself for something, or even congratulate myself for something, it's like, that was a really long time ago, and I don't need to revisit it, and I don't need to go there. And I'm just really complete with learning more and more and more each day how to live in the present and not the past and not the future. So I may have another quote I really want to read. Oh, I love this one. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is a great burden to bear. And that's by Martin Luther King Jr. And it is. That reminds me, of just making that decision. It's like, no, I choose not to go there. I choose love. You have more you want to say?
I was thinking about Technical Whitaker's book, What You Think of Me Is None
None of my business.
of My Business. And that was kind of along the theme of what you were talking about. So it's important to, the times you do revisit something, is not to get caught up in staying there, because you can do intentional revisiting and like remembering that experience I had, and take what you learned from it and leave the rest behind, because the rest doesn't do you any good, because it's not here and now. And the here and now, as you said, is the most important practice that we can do. Because if you're present now, all the stuff that we talk about won't matter. Because everything you need, you have in this moment.
Yes.
I have everything I need. And in this moment, plan for yourself, you have everything you need. Because that's the truth.
That is the truth.
That's the truth.
Wasn't that Edith Ann?
Yeah, you
And then she go or something afterwards.
can. Talking about revisiting the past. So, you want to pray?
Okay, so I just invite you to take a deep breath and close your eyes. As we invite our awareness to turn within into that place of oneness, that place of peace, that place of love, where we recognize that there is only one power, one presence, one life, one infinite intelligence. That is all there is. That is everywhere present, in, through, and as everyone and everything. And as we just breathe into that and realize that oneness with the source and oneness with each other and oneness with all that is, as we just feel that power and that presence, and we know for ourselves and for each other that we live in a place of peace and love and joy and oneness and harmony and radiant health and abundance and opportunity. That as we recognize that every time we breathe in, we're breathing in God, and every time we look at something, we're looking at God, and every time we have a thought, it is God thinking us, and we are thinking into God. And so in absolute gratitude for this time together, for each and every one of our lives, for everyone who is here present with us today, whether it's online or here present with us, and for everyone that tunes in later, I just know for all of us, that oneness and that power and that presence and that joy. And I'm so grateful for this time together, grateful for this amazing teaching that encourages us to go within and recognize what we believe and how spirit is personal to us and how it works for us. So grateful for that, grateful to know that this word is complete in the mind of God, that it is already manifesting into form right here and right now. And so I simply say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I release it and I let it be. And together we say, and so it is. Amen, Ashe, Aho. What's the other one?
Awesome.
All right. And then together we say, woohoo!
This is the moment. This is the hour. Time to put everything on the line. I am the answer. I am the reason. I'm a believer. It's all inside of me. And I will not be broken by some fear. And I will not stand still again. No. And I won't fall apart like all those times before. 'Cause I won't take it anymore. 'Cause I'm a believer and I'm the beloved. I am the spirit inside of you and me. This is the moment. This is the hour. Time to put everything on the line. And I won't fall apart like all those times before. 'Cause I won't take it anymore. longer wasting so much time, 'cause I know that this is a revolution. You are a changer. You are the master of all you see. And this is your moment. This is your hour. Time to put everything on the line. Whoa, whoa. This is your moment. This is the hour. Time to put everything on the line. This is your moment. This is the moment. This is the moment.
You do it every time. It's so great. Thank you. We're thankful for this moment too. We're gonna do a little business here, and we'll get back to you for your final song.
Okay.
All right. So each week we try to share with you the importance of giving and the divine law of circulation. As you give, it comes back multiplied. So we're offering you a chance to do that right here. We accept anything, your presence, your money, your jokes, anything, but just give. So
So the easiest way to give is go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and there are a couple of ways to give right on the screen. If you happen to use Venmo, you can use the QR code that's on the screen. If you're a person that writes checks, our address is on the website, so you can send it right to that address, and we thank you very much.
yes. So now let's just bless the gifts that are here and the ones that are coming. So if you would just repeat after me. I'm so grateful for the divine law of circulation,
I am so grateful for the divine law of circulation,
how it works in my life,
how it works in my life,
how it works in the life of all.
how it works in the life of all.
I give thanks for this opportunity to give.
I give thanks for this opportunity to give.
I give freely.
I give freely,
I give with love,
I give with love,
and I let it be.
and I let it be.
And so it is.
So it is.
Robin.
Yeah.
Robin. Robin.
Be the peace you want to see. Then share your peace with everyone you meet. Let it begin. Let it begin. Let it begin with you. And be the joy you want to see. Then share your joy with everyone you meet. Let it begin. Let it begin. Let it begin with you. And be the love you want to see. Then share your love with everyone you meet. Let it begin. Let it begin. Let it begin with you. Be the peace, be the joy, be the love. Oh, let it begin. Let it begin. Oh, let it begin with you. Let it begin. Let it begin. Let it begin with you and me.
Bless you.
Yes. You were really on today.
Oh, thank you. I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So,
We invite you to join us on Zoom after this. The link is in the comments, and if you miss it there, it's on our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and it's in the calendar. The link is right there, so you can just press on it to get right in. And we just really love to have a conversation with you afterwards, so do join us on Zoom.
yes. So that being said, let me invite you to turn within as we do the benediction, as I'm going to do the benediction. I'm so very grateful for all that has taken place today. And the gifts that each one of us received by just showing up for our lives as we go through each moment with delight, with the feeling of freedom, knowing that everything is in divine order, trusting in it, accepting it, and embodying it. This is what we have to give, and this is what we get to experience. And so it's with a deep, deep gratitude of my heart. I can now release this freely, knowing everything is in perfect order, blessing all those on their journey through this week, and calling it important and very good. And so I just let go, allow, and together we say,
And so it is.
And so it is.
Let it begin. Let it begin. Let it begin with you and me.
love you, love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have a great week.
You too.
Right. We'll see you on Zoom.
Yeah.